Camping with the Cajuns, Cody, Junot, Greg Larnerd, ESPN 1420. Greg, Media Day's in the books. Your thought from your first Media Day here with the Cajuns?
It was good. It was good. I liked listening to all the coaches. I remember last year coming in, to kind of catch up, I watched all of the videos from all the various coaches and things like that just to be here and listen to them speaking. It's good, and I think the biggest takeaway, we were just kind of talking about it, is competition. It's everywhere. It's on the offensive line. It's on the defensive line. It's at punter, kicker, returner, quarterback, wide receivers, cornerback, everywhere. So I think competition, as you know, breeds the best in people.
Yeah, we got the opportunity to hear from Louisiana strength coach Mark Hockey, offensive coordinator Rob Sale, defensive coordinator Ron Roberts, and as well as special teams coach Matt Pallage. And you talked about the competition. Obviously, the biggest spot is at the quarterback position. Is it going to be Andre Nunez or Levi Lewis? And again, similar to what he talked about at Sunbelt Conference Media Days in New Orleans, the quarterback decision and the position battle will be decided when the reps most matter, according to Coach Napier.
Those critical reps is what he said, and he said he's not above or not against playing both guys. He's seen it work. He's been on teams where they played two quarterbacks, so that's something that could kind of come to fruition if both guys step up and they both grasp the position.
Yeah, so not afraid to play two quarterbacks. Another takeaway, Cajuns are a little bit banged up as they head into training camp. The 110-man roster is set, and the latest casualty there is Jarrett Bam Jackson, the wide receiver. He's going to not be able to participate in camp. He's not expected to be lost for the year. There are a handful of Cajuns that we know will not participate, including kicker Stevie Artigue, tight end Chase Rogers, and, of course, defensive end linebacker Joe Dillon. Good bit of news, though. Both Coach Sale and Coach Napier highlighted that running back Elijah Mitchell will be available. He's going to be on sort of a pitch count, but that's good news for the Cajuns, who at times it was thought may not have been available.
Yeah, and they said Raheem Malone will be a little bit limited as well. So it's really good to have Elijah Mitchell back, and he'll be running at full speed at some point. And you know, he's a critical part to what they want to do with Trey Regis. We saw that worked real well last year. I think the Cajuns were ranked, I think it was third in the Sun Belt last year in rushing. So it's going to be interesting to see how Coach Napier, an offensive guy, kind of runs this offense, whether it be with the passing game, with the running game. You know, they actually have a really strong running game if you have both of those guys there. Ton of wide receivers as well, and kind of just see who's throwing them the football, I think, is the next big question.
Yeah, I think my big takeaway there was from Coach Sale when he said, we're going to run the football, and we're going to run the football first, and the Cajuns certainly have a stable of backs that can do that. Defensively, number of newcomers moving to a 3-4. They are a multiple front, but, you know, will be based out of the 3-4. I think the biggest position news there is, of course, Michael Jacquette moving from wide receiver over to the defensive side of the ball, rather. A position change that the coaches are really high on because of his raw skills.
Yeah, and I think, you know, both defensive coordinator Ron Roberts and Coach Napier both agreed that this is a guy who could be an NFL-ready cornerback. And I just talked to him a little while ago, and he said, look, you know, I asked him, is there anybody you're kind of learning from with making this change? And he goes, I'm talking a lot to Simeon Thomas, and I'm talking a lot to Tracy Walker, two guys, obviously, that were here that have been drafted into the NFL this past season. So really good guys to kind of look up to and just talk to throughout the summer to kind of get into this positional change. And if what they're saying is true, this is a good thing for this defense because they need it.
Yeah, as Greg pointed out, lots of competition coming in all over the football field for the Cajuns. That's going to do it for us here at Media Day. Make sure you're tuned into ESPN 1420 and ESPN1420.com all camp long. Camping with the Cajuns. Greg Larnerd, Cody Junot.